Hello, hello, hello. The masterclass is starting now. Who is ready?
Hello.
Sorry, guys.
Masterclass is starting.
There we go. Gotta love Facebook. I'm Coach Tina, and I am so happy to be here today. I am your guide to greatness, and we are about to start our 3-day masterclass. From Procrastination to Desired Destination. I'm so happy that you're here with me. Remember, if you are watching, all you have to do is put in the comments your name and where you're coming from so that I can greet you and let you know and include you in the process of today's class. This is going to be a lot of fun. I have been running this masterclass for 2 months now. This is the 3rd month. And we are in what I'm calling our summer edition. The masterclass is From Procrastination to Desired Destination. And the masterclass is all about you taking those goals that you have and moving from there to someplace else, right? To that desired place, that place in your heart where you know you are meant to be, but you maybe haven't achieved all those goals and hopes and dreams just yet. So our class is focusing on the summer. And so we are doing our summer edition where we get to have fun and still get stuff done. So we're going to jump into a very creative process, and I hope that you are just really going to enjoy it. Perfect. I'm actually going to pop it into this mode, and I think we'll have the best viewing for the event. So this is From Procrastination to Desired Destination, our 3-day masterclass, the summer version. And what I'm thrilled to tell you about is that one of the reasons why this is near and dear to my heart is that my name is all over this masterclass. You see Coach Tina here, and this is Procrastination and Desired Destination. Who knew that my name would be in both of those words? And when I figured that out, I figured because I know so much about personal procrastination, I thought I better devote myself to this. And it's really important to me because we have so many stigmas about what procrastination is. Procrastination is actually defined as the action of delaying or postponing something. Okay, so you may not call it procrastination. You might call it stress or overwhelmed, or I just have too much to do. And as a result, you delay doing the thing that really matters to you. You see, procrastination is delaying unnecessarily. It's not laziness. Laziness is when you actually voluntarily state you're not going to do something. You're not going to put forth the effort. That's laziness. But we're talking about procrastination. And procrastination is just, we almost have blinders to it. We have this desire in our heart, our goal, the thing that we are so sure that we're meant to do. But yet life just keeps happening to us over and over and over again. And before you know it, you wake up one day and you're like, I didn't achieve what I wanted to achieve. Or maybe at the end of each year, when that's goal setting season, right? You're writing out your goals and you start to recognize that you're writing the same goal year after year. Why isn't it happening? What is keeping it from you? Well, I'm here to tell you that we often procrastinate when we really don't want to do something. It's actually called a double bind. Because what we do is we're operating on one set of information, and yet we're also programmed with another set of information, and the two conflict. And as a result, we can't solve one solution without destroying the other. And because both of them are valuable, our value system says these two things must be in play. Now, if we're not focused on it, we can just go through life and not pay attention. But when we start to recognize it, we see, I see that there's something going on here. And in this place, you'll start to notice that there is this double bind, this conflict When you resolve one, the other will magically come through. And it usually has to do with deep down, you don't want to do the thing you're procrastinating about. It's either a should, we all know we don't want to should on ourselves, or there's something about it that we intrinsically know, meaning deep in our gut, we know that we can't complete that, or we tell ourselves we can't. And so we get ourselves locked up. So procrastination is something that a lot of us fight over. We're trying to overcome it. We're doing the things, right? But yet we really want to get some things done. And what I'm asking everybody to do is not to take summer off. Summer is our time to get things done instead of sitting back and relaxing and drinking our Mai Tais or whatever it is that we do that is summer to us. We don't want to have it suddenly be time to kids to go back to school, or whatever it is that defines fall for you. And all of a sudden you're like, but wait a minute, I had this and that and the other. And you start to, that cycle, that panic, that stressed sense that you're not moving along in the way that you should. You see, happiness is about making progress. It's not about actually achieving the thing you're trying to achieve. It's doing the thing you say you want to do. And when you get on that track, when you build that momentum, you are going to have the best experience. And I really, really, truly want that for you. So let me tell you about the agenda that we have. We are currently looking at 3 days of this masterclass. So this is using your summer superhero to overcome procrastination or distraction. And then tomorrow we'll be talking about how to chill and still get things done. And then on day 3, we'll talk about the secret to not getting burned this summer because you didn't meet your goals. Okay, I hope you're on board. If you are on board right now, don't forget to put #live or #replay if you're watching this later, so that I know that you're on board and you're excited about the 3-day class. Now, let's go over our objectives. As you know, I'm a former teacher. I like to teach with a purpose. So each day we'll be covering an objective. Today is all about meeting your summer superhero. And you might be thinking, what is she talking about? Well, we're about to find out, you guys. You see, according to a study by the University of Buffalo, individuals who regularly engage with superhero media, whatever that is, right? Like cartoon books or watching movies and stuff about superheroes, they report higher levels of self-esteem and self-efficacy, which leads to increased motivation and productivity in their daily lives. Now, if it's coming out of the University of Buffalo, it must be true, right? But some of you will remember there is probably a childhood superhero that you resonate with that makes your heart kind of do that little, I don't want to say pitter patter, not like you're in love. I mean, Superman was hot, right? The original Superman. But there's something about who they are, their value system, the effort that they put out that just is near and dear to your heart. I know one of my favorite superheroes, who probably is not yours because not that many people have seen it, is a movie called Iron Giant. And there was just something about this sweet Iron Giant. He was like a robot from another dimension. I don't know if he was a government experiment or if he really was from an alien species, but he was a technology that no one else got, and except for this little boy. And the little boy befriends him, and he learns all about this little boy's life and everything, and how this little boy takes care of him. And he tells him that his dream is to save the world. And at a certain point, he is going to be blown up by the government. And instead of doing that and hurting all the people in that town, Iron Giant takes the leap into the sky, flies off, and the bomb is set to go after him. And so it diverts and he goes off into space. And as he's doing it, he's doing his, I'm saving the earth, it's bigger than me. And it just always is. You can tell I'm a little teary about it. But I just love that mindset. I love that he did that. And then later, you find out that he actually is coming alive again someplace. All of his parts are being called to travel to him so that he can be rebuilt. So good, always a happy ending with a superhero, right? Or you like to think so. But the point being, these role models, if you will, even though they may not be based in reality, they do something to us inside. And so today we're going to meet our personal superhero. And I'm really excited about this. I hope you are too. And don't forget, if you are here, to go ahead and comment. Let me know that you're watching. I'd really love to hear your feedback. Maybe find out who your childhood superhero was. Go ahead and put that in the comments if you remember one. And then our project today is going to be describing your personal summer superhero. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, we're talking about not procrastinating anymore and getting our things done this summer. And so, Jenny, I hear you saying Wonder Woman. Yes, of course. Wasn't she great with the truth lasso and all those wonderful things that she did? She had such a good heart, too. So we are going into this summer season, and we have stuff that we want to get done. But we also want to enjoy our summer. And so we're going to meld the two together, but we're going to do it in a fun, creative way. And that is to think of who we have to be. What superhero do we have to be to get our projects done this summer, both the fun and the purposeful projects? What does that superhero have to be like for you? What strengths does she need to have? I know for me, before I switch to the next slide, while you're still thinking about it, I'll tell you who my summer superhero is going to be. Her name is going to be Sally Forth. Summer Sally. Summer Sally is her name. Summer Sally. And Sally, I was thinking of this on the way to work today. So I was like, oh, I love this because Sally means moving forward, right? You sally forth, and that's going to be my battle cry, if you will. And I love it because I want some action. I want to do those things. And Sally is the name of my childhood best friend's mother. She was such a dear. She was bold. She was bigger than life in so many ways. And I was shy, timid, all the things that in my 6th, 7th, 8th grade years when I knew her. And she was so sweet to me. She was just an example of something I had never seen before in my life. Now, unfortunately, she died when me and my best friend were only like 19 or 20. But Sally has a wonderful place in my heart. I know how strong she was. I know how bold she was. And so Summer Sally is going to be the persona that I work through this summer to make sure that I get my things done. So as you think about the summer persona, we want to make it both functional and fun. So what would you name your summer superhero? She has no limitations, and it can be a he, but everything about her is going to be focused on being able to have both fun and get things done. So she's going to have superpowers, right? Like my Sally. So Sally is also a dance form. Sally is going to be able to just dance her way into everything. Everything's going to be fun and enjoyable and easy movement. And she is going to have a smile on her face no matter what happens, no matter what chaos, no matter what stress. She is going to have a great ability to get over things. Quirky? Sure, she's got 2 left feet. She stumbles, she falls, but she always recovers. Does she have any weaknesses? I'm going to have to think about that one, but I'm sure she does. Does she have a sidekick? Is there some, like Batman, Robin was to Batman, right? Is there some facility, some other part of her that has to come forward, like a super pet? Even if you're not thinking superheroes, look at some of the Disney movies. You had The Little Mermaid. And she had the little crab that was like watching over her all the time, right? And the bird that was always there to comment and keep track of her. And then in Pocahontas, you had the little hummingbird that was also in the raccoon. I don't know why there's two sidekicks. You can have more than one. Don't be limited to just one. There, the point being, you guys, when we think about our summer and we think about all the things, it's really easy to get down on the situation and go to a lower state of I can't, or it's impossible, or I just should give up, or it's just another summer where everything just falls apart. If you're feeling that way, of course, it's not going to go really well. But if you have some secret sauce going on where at a moment's notice, because think about how the superheroes did it, right? Like you can just go into the phone booth and all of a sudden you're in your invisible uniform, your costume, and you're ready to take on the world. How fun would that be? That's going to be a whole different take on your summer than worrying about, well, all the summers in the past that I didn't do the 100 things on my list or more, right? Instead, you can take on this. My superhero can do anything it wants, right? Tall buildings in a single bound. Whatever it is, you want to have language behind it. You want to imagine all the things about her. Hi, Margaret. I'm so glad you're here. I'm sorry that you had problems getting on. If this ever happens again, you can go to the group and across the top it says featured. And in the featured area, you're able to see the feeds that are going on live right then. Okay. So happy to have you. We are talking about our summer superhero. And this is the persona that we're going to take on to tackle all the things going on this summer. But it's not going to be just hard work, hard work, hard work. It's going to be fun as well. I already mentioned that my summer superhero is going to be Summer Sally. And she is this dynamic, bold personality. She's ready to hit everything gung-ho. Nothing overwhelms her. She dances everywhere like a whirlwind, almost like a Tasmanian devil, but with much more grace. And of course, her outfit is full on purple with a little bit of glitter coming out at it. Whenever things start to get really hard, she just goes like this and glitter falls over everything. Maybe it still frames for a minute while she catches her breath. And then everything magically goes the way she wants it to. And I know this sounds like, what is she talking about? But the thing is, we want to vibrate at a higher frequency. And the only way we're going to get there is to be crazy. Be crazy about what's coming at us. Meet it with the energy that it needs to be met with. And I love Margaret saying she loves it. I'm glad to hear that. Perfect, perfect. All right. So what we want to do is name this persona. And then we want to think about a special move that this superhero would make. And we want to think about when we're in situations this summer where we're challenged, where we're feeling a little bit like underdog, we're crying out for help. Instead, we are going to make a special move. And this special move is totally up to you. There have actually been studies that show that if you stand in the power pose, which is like the Superman pose or the Wonder Woman pose, Jenny, if we stand in that way for up to 2 minutes, and I used to tell my clients that were going into job interviews that going into the restroom or something or doing it in their car and holding that pose would elevate them to a better state and they would feel more powerful. This is statistically proven. It changes your belief in yourself. So you definitely want to think of a move that you could make that will get you into the state. And it might be something really simple, like maybe you put on your glasses and that gives you the special ability to be able to see the path clearly to everything you need to get done, right? Maybe it's you snap your fingers and the solution is right there. Maybe you're like Get Smart and you take off your shoe. Whenever you take that shoe off, it instantly gives you that burst of energy that you've been needing to finish the thing you want to get done. Does that make sense? And you've got to practice it. Like, I know this sounds crazy, but if every day this summer you practice being your superhero once a day, what are the chances that you would naturally start to take on some of those super abilities that your superhero has, right? Wouldn't it be easy to just snap your fingers, wiggle your nose, put your hands up in a V? And some of you notice that when I start my lives in the mornings, I'm always in what's my power pose of being up on top of a mountain, arms raised. This is actually the international sign. It's recognized from people that don't even speak English, right? This is a motion we make in our body to celebrate. And think about sports events. It doesn't matter what language you speak, people are throwing their arms up, right? And Margaret's saying she's going to strut her stuff. I love it. I love it. So when we think about our goals, from the idea of we have a special superpower and we get to be our own superheroes this summer. Now, when you think about your goals, what are you really able to accomplish this summer? What's really important? What can that superhero help you with? And if you don't have your goals worked out, if you haven't done the summer workshops or the different things I've been offering this month, I can get you replays. You can put in the comments #replay, and we'll actually put #workshops, and I'll get you the information. But if you haven't done your goals for those yet, what you can do is use my 7F framework. It's from the ULA Lifestyle Coaching. And basically, we take 7 key areas of life. They all start with F. We have fitness, that's always everybody's big one. Finance, another biggie. Family, of course, that's always the 3 huge ones that everybody goes after. Then we have field, which is really strong in my area. Field is your business or your passion, or just maybe it's your job, if your job fills you with passion. But for a lot of us, we're still looking for that thing that lights us up. But that's your field, the thing you're meant for, the purpose in your life. Then we have faith. What are your goals in faith? What are your goals in friends? And what are your goals in fun? If you start thinking about your summer goals and you look at all those 7 areas, you'll have a very balanced summer. But what you're going to do after you do that, after you decide what goals you want to achieve this summer, is you're going to pick a couple to focus on. One in particular, which we're going to go on about tomorrow and on the next day. But what we really want to do is to put that summer superhero, that persona, to work for you on the goals that you want to have this summer, so that you can go forth and really meet your needs. You can do those things, because we talked about procrastination early on in this. A lot of times it's when we deep down don't want to do something. But our superhero can fight that battle for us. That superhero can come forward and it can be the star of the show, and we can stand there and clap and get excited about our superhero doing the thing. And we can go back to being, plain Jane, whatever. And no one has to know that we have our own personal superheroes. But from that perspective, from that mindset, you're going to have a noticeable shift in what you're able to get done this summer. And I want to hear about it. Please share those stories with me as we go through the summer. Now, we're going to have some homework for our masterclass. And that is, what is the mantra that your superhero is going to say? Now, everybody has different mantras. You need yours to be focused on the goals that you are working towards. So I mentioned with Summer Sally and her being dancing is her superpower. She's going to have the term Sally Forth, right? Sally Forth, I'm going to dance into it and just see what happens with wild abandon, right? So whatever your saying is, you want to say that to yourself as much as possible. You want to be able to, at a moment's notice, allow the superpower to come in, the superhero to come into you, so that you can start employing those superpowers to get your summer stuff taken care of. So I'm very curious to hear what you guys are thinking about this. I would love to know your mantras. So basically, if you'll go into you can do it here in the comments, or you can do it out in the group if you want to grab a picture that kind of gives you like you going through a mountain or whatever it is. You can put your mantra on there. And Margaret has some great goals here. She's got a mountain of junk in her spare room. She wants to turn it into a crafting wonderland. And you get some income flowing with the crafts that she'll make in that space. I love it. So Margaret, now you need to name your crafty side. Who is that superhero going to be for you that, can wiggle her wand and instantly make everything dance into its own space, right? Like Mary Poppins, when she would make the toys dance around the room. And you just want to embrace that and try it. Try it before we meet again tomorrow. And let me know if you got to use your superhero at all and what they did for you. Oh, I love it. Margaret says, Craftalicious. That's so much fun. And really, what we're hoping to do here is you're going to make yourself smile, right? You're going to jump into that person and be like, okay, I've got this. And new things will happen. So that's really awesome. Very, very nice. All right, you guys, every day we'll be meeting for about a half an hour. We are now done with day 1. Day 2 is going to be called How to Chill and Still Get Things Done. So we'll meet here tomorrow. What's happening is this is a morning and an evening challenge. Both of them are the same material. So if you're catching this and you didn't catch it live and you want to, you have the opportunity to come back and do it again in the morning. It will be at 8:30 Central. And I've got it on this slide here. 8:30 Eastern in the mornings. It will be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And those of you that are here this evening, we start day 2 tomorrow evening. That'll be Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. So I hope that makes sense. You don't have to come to both, but I'd love it that you're here now or that you're coming to it tomorrow, and really looking forward to getting some feedback from you guys. I hope you have a really blessed night, and I will see you soon.